to be a recipe called jam kolaches. Here we go. You take 8 ounces of cream cheese, softened, which means that you've let it come to room temperature. To this, you're going to add 1/2 cup of butter. This is salted butter. And you're going to blend this together with an electric mixer on medium until everything is blended together. And you want it to be light and fluffy. Try to make sure the cream cheese and the butter is well combined so that your dough will turn out better that way. Then gradually add 1 1/4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour to this, and stir it around. You will realize towards the end that it's getting very sticky and hard to stir. When you get to this point, just turn it out onto your countertop and knead it a little bit until it's all stuck together into a ball. Then you can chill this for about a half an hour in the fridge. It'll be easier to handle. Then put some flour on your countertop, and you're going to roll out the dough to 1/8 of an inch thickness. So the best way to roll this out is to flip it over a couple times so there's a little bit of flour on each side. And then you're also going to put some flour on your rolling pin so that it doesn't stick to the rolling pin. This dough actually rolls out quite nicely. It's fairly simple, easy dough to make. And you'll notice it's a savory dough in the sense there's no sugar in the dough. The sweetness will come from the little bits of jam that's in each one. Then take a 2-inch cookie cutter. These are 3-inch cookie cutters. If you don't have any cookie cutters at all, just use a glass. The edge of a glass works just as well. I find the 3-inch cookie cutter is better because you have fewer of these little circles to fold over and it saves you a little bit of time. And these aren't that big. You're looking at a 2-bite kind of little dessert anyway. So you're going to cut them out, and then you're going to remove the dough. This dough scraps, you're just going to roll back into a ball and roll out again. And then you're going to take a pastry brush with a little bit of butter, milk, and you're going to spread it around 1/2 of the edge of each of the circles. I recommend that you do these one at a time and don't do them a whole bunch like I'm doing now, because by the time you get to the last one, the dough starts to get a bit soggy. So after you put the milk on, put about a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon of jam. This is about a 1/2 teaspoon because the circles are a little bit bigger than 2 inches. Don't put too much jam because when you fold them over, the jam will squish out and it'll be hard to seal it. So a little bit on the middle of each, fold it over, and then you're going to seal the edges by pinching them. And the reason you put the milk on there is to help the dough get a little bit sticky so that you're able to fold it. It's able to stick together and make a nice seal. If the seal isn't good, the jam will leak out all over the place right at the beginning of the cooking, which is not a good thing. Then you're going to put them on a greased cookie sheet or on a cookie sheet that's covered in parchment paper. I love parchment paper. It's a wonderful thing. And then fold up the rest of them. This makes about 24 kolaches. I don't even know if I'm saying kolaches right. I'm just going by the internet site, which is actually sent to me by a YouTuber, and I'll put this person's name in the sidebar. There they all are, ready to go in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're golden brown. And there they are. You can see the jam leaks out just a tiny bit on each one, and you sprinkle them with powdered sugar, confectioner sugar, after they come out of the oven. And they are delicious. The pastry is flaky, savory, and you get a nice little surprise bite of jam in the middle. I used raspberry jam in mine. You can use any kind of jam that you want. These are really, really good, and they have gone into my Christmas baking pile in the freezer to be sent away to friends and family. There's the raspberry little center. Very, very good. Today's French word of the day is for cream cheese. Fromage à la crème.